There'll be plenty of thoughts among the crowd at Hague Avenue of other days, and they're maintained by Graham Rowlands, whose grandfather, Jack Little, played a part in Southport's best ever cup run to the 6th round in 1931. Rowlands is one of 6 in the Southport 13 under-22, but their hopes could rest most with the man from the Department of Health and Social Security, Tony Quinn. 8 of the Port Vale starting 11 were heroes against Spurs last season, and they include Mark Grew, whose inclusion after a thigh injury is a little bit of a gamble by John Rudge, who includes another goalkeeper, Trevor Wood, as one of his 2 substitutes. Of the newer fellows, the experienced Ron Futcher is the top scorer with 11 so far this season. The little lad with all the balloons is 5-year-old Paul Morris. And they breed supporters young in Southport. The time is right, perhaps, to deliver a surprise package. The comment you might think of Mickey Taylor, the manager of Southport, or indeed the chairman, Charlie Clapham. But in fact, it's an old quote by John Rudge of Port Vale before the game against Tottenham. That's the beauty of the FA Cup. Suddenly Port Vale find themselves with the boot on the other leg. Southport in the orange strip, attacking the goal to our right. The referee, who has appeared at Wembley, is there for the Spurs Coventry Cup final. Running the line then, he's Bob Nixon. Butcher. Sturgeon. Mitchell. A lot of running for short legs. And he gets the dividend. There's Stevie Wilkes. Quinn. Sturgeon. Marsden needs somebody right side, but there's nobody there. Looking for Wilkes, it's a useful ball. Help from behind, from Gamble, and from Quinn. Right underneath it. But a little bit of inspiration coming from Phil Marsden. Certainly that's the best move that Southport have put together. But as he came through on the right, he needed somebody wider. Instead went the other way to a useful ball to Stevie Wilkes, who might perhaps have cracked it first time. I'm not sure. Quinn with the eventual shot. Lancashire. Mike Prejic, the former England fullback, number 2 to John Rudge at Port Vale. Hughes, Beckford. Riley, challenged just as he was going to make the pass. Quinn, Wilkes trying to get in front of Sproson, and played it neatly. Well won by Byron. Webb. Butcher. Hughes. Oh, he struck it well. Cleanest shot so far. Just playing what Mr. Nixon has allowed for stoppages. And we reach half-time with a blank score sheet. And so far, to tell the truth, although the crowd applaud greatly, the occasion has been rather better than the match. One or two lads on the roof of the King George V College, which is just behind the ground here on Hague Avenue, and indeed is where the present Secretary of Education, Kenneth Baker, had some of his formative years. And among the crowd, the manager of Northern Ireland, Billy Bingham, looking in good form. He began his managerial career, in fact, here at Southport. And he's presumably hoping that Southport will end a 20-year run. That's how long it's been since they last played in the second round of the FA Cup. Thompson. And ball appealed for, but not given. Beckford through the middle for Earl. Mitchell needed to make the tackle and did. Marsden. Wilkes. This is nice play. But the final ball is not a good one. Mickey Taylor, the manager there with the beard of Southport, used to be a player under Billy Bingham. In fact, Billy let him go. The fact that he had to explain to the current manager's father. Rowlands didn't make it, Mills did. Walker. Played early to Riley. On to Earl, on to Beckford. Oh, that's a good save if they can clear it off the line. And he can. Barron, who saved the situation after some brave goalkeeping by Evans. Poor Barron who got it away. And Walker made rather a lot of that, but he was obstructed. Southport having to struggle to live with an increase of pace here from Port Vale. Posse of 5 in the white strip on the far side as we look in again on the 18-yard line. Butcher at the back, and it's Brosen who scored. The goal coming in the 53rd minute. Growing pressure, and in the end, the finely struck free kick hit right to the head of Sprosen, who met it to give Evans not an opportunity. 1-0 to the third division side. So Sprosen making a habit of scoring on Cup Day, on Match of the Day. Scored the second goal against Tottenham last season. Here's Quinn. Bobby Thompson, this is a chance! And Grew saved well and then was caught by Marsden. And Thompson saying, come on, this is not over yet. And Marsden being booked for the challenge on the goalkeeper. Did send him in a bit of a cartwheel, which Mark Grew, in his current state of fitness, would not have appreciated. Earl. Albright having to come back to cover. Doesn't actually get his first touch, though. 22 years old, came to Southport in the close season. Butcher. Earl waiting. Quinn who got the challenge in. Thompson. Nobody feeding on the header. Sprosen. Olroyd's not aware that Riley was behind him. Here's Butcher. Good save. And a muddied patch. Well, there wasn't hair all the way down, but it covered more of the ground before. It's been around Butcher. It was a useful header. The ball was a little bit further back than he might have wished. He was struggling to come onto it. Quinn, Olroyd, Marsden is behind him. That's looking for Thompson. Oh, that's a great save. That's a marvellous save by Mark Grew. Thompson met it on the full with plenty of meat, and Grew got across to turn it away. And I'm sure up in the stand, John Rudge must feel, gosh, I'm justified in making my decision to bring Grew back. Goalkeeper who's travelled far, but who's travelled well. Sprosen's header. His goal still dividing the teams. With just under 12 minutes remaining. Sturgeon in trouble from Butcher. Referee allows play to continue. Butcher, and over the top by Beckford. Certainly the man who supplied the cross, Ron Butcher, among the contenders for man of the match. Had a very good second half, particularly at a time when Southport threatened to come back. Threat has faded a bit. Won by Sprosen. Earl, Butcher, Riley to the left. Butcher going to go it alone. Beckford, now Riley. It's 2-0. A goal which surely takes the third division side through to round 2 and ends the hopes of Southport with only 10 minutes left. Beckford aware of where Riley was, and it's 2-0 to Port Vale. Well, having got through to the first round for the first time as a manager, still wants more from his side, but in his heart he must know that he's not going to make it to round 2. Beckford, Butcher waiting to go. Mitchell has come back to mark him. Other players coming forward, among them Mills. That's a good stop. Paul Evans deserving the cheers. It's a well-hit shot that he turned away. Sprosen coming forward again. From rather further out than when he scored Port Vale's opening goal. He didn't get it right. Kept in. Webb. Rowlands making light of his injury. And as I can see from close, it's definitely a piece of plaster he has on his head. So Nixon has allowed 3 minutes so far for injuries and stoppages. Mitchell runs to Thompson. Hazel. Third division side knew a bit too much to in the end spoil Southport's day. Ron Fucher very much the orchestrator of his team in attacking sense in the second half. But Southport will look back and wonder what might have happened but for that magnificent save by Mark Grew that denied Bobby Thompson. Second half scorers for Port Vale: Sproson in the 53rd minute and Riley in the 80th. And the side in third place in Division 3 go through 2-0.
Now, Jim, you're going to look at a Bob Hazel tackle in that match.
Yes, because it's something that's in people's minds at the moment, a player going for the ball or for the man. Here we can see the first angle of it, and you can see it looks really violent, but from this angle you will see that he does play the ball with his left foot as we take it slowly. There's him playing the ball, but his right foot does clatter the player down. It looks violent. The defender would argue that he was honestly playing the ball and not expect to get his name taken. Worrying about violence at the moment, referees might be over-apt to see a crime where it hasn't been committed. And I think they have to be very careful to make absolutely sure that there is malice before they take a name. But that referee had a good game, and I think Bob Hazel enjoyed the tackle, and the fellow against him is still
Knew
fit.
about the tackle.
He knew about it, but he's still playing.